Hi, I'm Lloyd Byrd with Convergys Corporation. I'm Vice President of Application Development and Technology Solutions with Convergys, and with that I have responsibility for all of our applications, both in the contact center and corporate systems as well. Convergys is located in Cincinnati, Ohio as headquarters, but we have over 120,000 employees worldwide. We started thinking about Neo4j about a year and a half ago, when we were thinking about how to solve for GDPR. And we have about 19,000 employees in Europe, across 15 countries, over 100 clients, and that's a lot of data and a lot of information about those clients. We're in the customer care outsourcing business, so we have customer data and employee data that we have to worry about for all of that. And as we started looking at the complexities of all of our systems with structured, unstructured data and across client systems and so forth, we knew we had a challenge to figure out how to meet the GDPR directive that was going to come due in May 2015. Graph and Neo4j started to emerge in our thought process as a potential at that point. So that's how we got introduced to the concept of Neo4j. Then as we were thinking about it more, we got invited actually last year to GraphConnect, and there met a number of different people with solutions that were somewhat in and around what we were trying to solve for. And out of that, we selected Neo4j to move forward, along with another company, Clued In, that uses Neo4j technology, and together we were able to come up with a solution. As we were thinking about all the complexity of that data for EU GDPR in particular, we knew that our existing technologies could not really adapt well to all the interrelationships of that data, and we had interrelationships that we had not captured before either. So it was a big problem for us to try to figure out how to solve for. And that led us to Graph and Neo4j. When we started looking at Graph, Neo4j immediately popped up because you all were the best at that. And so we started looking at it specifically, and people and solutions that were using Graph technology. As we started going down a solution path for EU GDPR, and we came on board with Neo4j, and we started doing pilots, and we started working with Clued In as well. There were a couple of things that were really, I think, good surprises that came out of that process, and they both, to me, come around speed. I was not anticipating we'd be able to stand up a pilot and get to some operational view of that pilot in as quick a period as we were able to do. Also, we were ingesting a lot of data in order to analyze and to come up with what data we need to be thinking about here. And that process was faster than what I expected as well. So two surprises. I think we knew it was going to be faster, but the actual speed of how we were able to come up with the project and the technology was better than expected. I think thinking about Graph technology and Neo4j, when we first started looking at it, we were pretty much infants looking at that technology and trying to figure out how we could utilize it. Conceptually, we understood, and we thought, okay, this could be good for us. What we didn't know was how many people really were using it, and other companies that had started to build solutions on top of it as well. And so as we came to GraphConnect in 2017, that started to really emerge to us and was eye-popping in terms of the amount of good work people were doing. That's where we met the people from Clued In, for example, and started that partnership as well. So if I had to do it over again, I think I would try to figure out who's doing what around that space, probably put a little bit more emphasis into that. We might have saved some time regarding it, probably be what I do different. In our industry, we're doing customer service for, in our case, for half of the Fortune 500. So these are large companies. We're talking about large amounts of customers and customer data, and just the number of employees alone is huge. So you've got your own systems you have to manage for your own people, but then there's also the opportunity around customer service as well. collectively, there are probably more use cases than what people would imagine where graph technology can enable better results. For us, we think it's around operational results and being able to connect data better in order to make better operational decisions, and I can see it being used across our industry as well. You know, I work with a lot of vendors and a lot of partners across all the systems I referred to, both corporate systems and contact center systems and so forth. And every company has a personality, and the people around it have a personality. And I've been very pleased with working with Neo4j. It's a company that's easy to work with. It's an easy process. I think the fact that you have community editions of your product that people can trial and help figure out, and it helps us to build use cases where we don't have to spend a lot of money to actually get the use case proven as well. It's very beneficial. So I think the company as a whole has been a pleasure from the ease of doing business with and so forth. The people we met around the company and people using the products and so forth, many are in the same situation we're in. They've just either started using it or they just implemented something. Some are like we were a year ago, just trying to figure it out. So there's a little bit of interesting buzz around talking to people because we're all in that kind of same time frame and time period. And so I think there's a lot of energy around it as well. So that's been fun to work with.